Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV and welcome to an informative video for you today. It's a long one. It's not going to be a long video, hopefully, but it's long-winded. We're going to go through exactly how to get your hands on the hottest ticket in town. Yeah, the Cup Final, the long-awaited journey back to Wembley for Newcastle fans, and it's been announced by the club today exactly who will get tickets, how to get tickets, the ballot, the options, the categories, the tiers. Like I said, it's quite long-winded, but we're going to go through it all for you lot. If you haven't seen it already, if you haven't read about it, this may be the first time knowing about it, so here's some news for you. If you do know about it, listen along, drop your comments below what you think of the procedure, what you think of the process. Is it fair? Will it work? Do you fancy your chances of getting a ticket? And everything else, and I'll give my reaction to it at the end. So what we're going to do is put the old Bond specs on and read from the club website. Now, first of all, before we get into it officially, they have now released the kick-off time, which is 4:30, Sunday the 26th of February. That was my guess. That was the same as last year. And it's going to be the first major domestic final in almost 35 years in England where some supporters will be permitted to stand. So history in the making here at the new Wembley for Newcastle United fans. Both clubs will receive an allocation of 867 seats, which will be available within the new standing areas at Wembley Stadium. Located behind each goal in both the east and west stands to accommodate both sets of supporters on the day. So in these areas, fans are allowed to safely stand for matches in allocated spaces behind a barrier or a rail which prevents them from falling forward. In all other areas of the stadium, supporters must remain seated. Yeah, right, that doesn't happen on away days. It's not going to happen in a cup final. Definitely not in the Geordie section anyway. Definitely not in the Newcastle United end. So quickly on that one, there's a bit of history. So like I say, first time in 35 years in England, there'll be standing fans at a domestic final. Interesting stuff. So let's get on to the juicy long thing right now. So Magpies announced Carabao Cup final ticket details. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves for this one. So Newcastle have been allocated 32,761 tickets for the West End of Wembley Stadium. Tickets will be sold in order from the north stand around to the south stand. Here's the pricing. And it's not too bad actually. It's pretty good. I thought, well, spot on to be honest. I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, the tickets are going to be a few £100 each and stuff like that. No, the most expensive ticket is £100 for a Category 1 adults. You'll be able to see on the screen now the stadium seating plan of what is Category 1 and what's Category 5. From 1 to 5, alright? So Category 1 is £100 adults, 2 £90 adults, 3 £72 adults, 4 £56 adults, and the last Category 5 is just a £40 ticket for Wembley. So if you're lucky enough to get one of them, happy days, although you will be having nosebleeds. But I tell you what, rather a nosebleed in the stadium than in the pub in the middle of nowhere or back in Newcastle. I'll tell you what, I'll take a nosebleed seat right now. I'll take being up in the gods. I don't normally like it. I'm not a fan of level 7 and stuff at St James's Park, and I've been in the gods at Wembley for one of the England games last year when I was living down south, and it's an amazing view, like, but you can't obviously see great. But tell you what, if you're in the stadium, you'll count your blessings wherever you are. If you've got a seat or you're standing, no matter high up or whatever, take it, because once in a lifetime opportunity. Hopefully not once in a lifetime, by the way. Hopefully we'll get Wembley again. But I tell you what, there's a lot of people that haven't been to Wembley, including myself for Newcastle, haven't been to a final, so let's not take it for granted and get in if you can. So the all-important bit now, how to buy. Tickets will be sold online in priority periods based on specific criteria. So during each priority period, eligible supporters will receive an email from the club. So priority periods. Period 1 is season ticket holders with 25 plus loyalty points and have attended at least one Carabao Cup match during this campaign. Tickets on sale from that. I tell you what, instead of me waffling through all this, actually, because it'll take ages, I'm just going to put it on the screen now and briefly go through it. So there's period 1. There's period 2, 3, and 4. So you can see there, 2 is season ticket holders that have attended 4 home and at least one of the away Carabao Cup matches. Season ticket holders that have attended 3 or 4 home cup matches. And you can see all the dates there for when you can log in, try and get it. There's period 5, period 6. So, there's period 5, season ticket holders that have not attended a game. I'd be very surprised if it gets to that point. But what I think they've got to do is give at least some to these ballots, some to these periods, because it'll sell out at period 3 or period 4 if they're done. So surely they'll keep some seats back for period 5, period 6, and you'll have to be very lucky to get one of them, as I'm sure they'll be super limited. There's period 7, the last one, supporters with a previous purchase history that have attended at least one home cup game, Carabao Cup game, that is, obviously during the 2023-2022 campaign. And there's the dates and times in there. So I'll leave them on the screens now just so you can read through them properly, because like I say, if I'm reading out every single sentence, this will turn into a podcast. Ballots. Subject to ticket availability, some priority periods may need to be balloted once the preceding priority period is completed. Entering a ballot does not guarantee a ticket, and successful applicants will be noted by the relevant times and dates stated above. So the crack with ballots is, my mate is a Man United fan, a Man United membership holder, and he has to do this for European games, cup games. He goes into a ballot, and it's not like Newcastle United where they do this queuing system. It's literally a ballot, so you put your application there, and then you'll get notified if not, you've been successful. So it's literally lucky draw. It's literally Willy Wonka sentence. Golden ticket. I mean, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's what it is. So it's not like Newcastle United where memberships, if you're early in the queue and you're one of the first few 100,000, you'll get a ticket. This one is just like, right, well, you're in. Good luck. There's the ballot. You may get drawn out. You may get a ticket. You may not. So it's just pure luck at that point. Fans who wish to sit together must have linked their accounts. A maximum of 6 tickets can be purchased per transaction. All supporters must have the same required level of eligibility and select the same ticket price band for the transaction to be processed. Travel groups are not available for this match. So 6 tickets per transaction. And there's some advice there for disabled supporters. I'll whack that on the screen as well. What else have we got? Booking fees and all that stuff. You don't need to know about that. Travel packs can be issued soon from Wembley Stadium on Newcastle's website. Ticket reselling is not permitted, but as you know, there'll be plenty of people out there selling tickets for way more than they're worth. I had a spare ticket the other night for the semi-final, sold it for 20 quid, face value, as you should do. Not like these people on Twitter who are selling them for £100, £200, robbing bastards. We're all fans, help each other out. But you'll see people, obviously Londoners, you'll see people from all over. Gypsy Kings, you know what I mean, outside Wembley. Please don't hit us now, I said that. Tyson Fury family. They'll be out there selling tickets for Wembley. They'll be selling tickets for thousands of pounds outside the ground. And some of them, a lot of them will be fake. So be careful of that. You know, you see it all the time at big events. When I went to the Euros, I seen it. Loads of people out there selling tickets for £500, £1,000, £2,000. And a lot of them are fake. They won't scan. You know what I mean? I didn't do that, but I heard loads of people say, "Oh man, we came all this way. We've spent £3,000 on tickets, and they're fake." You know, scammers and resellers, all that. There'll be loads of them. So careful on that one. And anybody, if you have got thousands of pounds to spend it, there is things like Club Wembley and hospitality tickets are available for this game from 1,300 to 2,500, all sorts. Very expensive. You can get the boxes at Wembley. Very, very expensive. But I tell you what, if it has to be done, and I can't get a normal ticket, I'll do whatever it takes to get into that ground. So you might be seeing renty any suit like I was in yesterday's video. Fancy spending thousands of pounds in a box. Hopefully not, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to make big shot here. Couldn't really afford it. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got that much disposable money. You know, not enough of you are watching this video, right? If this video gets 1 million views, I tell you what, we'll get a box and we'll take some over. But we know it won't. So obviously, hopefully, I can get in the away end, the standing section, wherever. You know what I mean? I'll be trying my best. And we'll see what we can do with a ballot and everything as well. It is literally lucky dip sentence. So I don't know, my opinion on it, I think it's fair. I think it's good what they've done with the ballot, the different categories, as long as they do hold some back for the lower down categories, people who haven't got X amount of points and haven't beaten every single cup game, you know. So you're never going to please everyone with these ticketing procedures, the systems. I'm not really sure which other way they could have done it. So, the worst thing about it isn't what the club have done, it isn't none of that. It's Wembley. 32,700 seats or whatever for Newcastle fans. The same for Manchester United fans. So what's that? 65,000. So you've got 25,000 seats going to hospitality, going to sponsors, you know, going to the big shots, prawn sandwich brigade, who won't even be watching the match. Well, I was going to say there won't be Man United fans. Some of them might be because they'll be from London and America and stuff. But you know what I mean? Loads of fans that are in there, you know, that are in there, posh twats, just sitting there throughout the whole game, probably not even watching the game, probably watching on a big screen in the box somewhere, or a big screen in the lounge, you know, eating fucking katsu curry rolls and drinking champagne and, you know, squid sarnies and not even lobster and not even, I could keep going on, not going to. Fancy snacks, fancy drinks, not even watching the game. What the fuck's all that about? That's not football. Do you know what I mean? That's a joke. Give 5,000 to them if you want. Give another 10,000 to the supporters, the proper fans. You know what I mean? Who've waited years to go to Wembley, years to see the team in the final. Not some cunt who has got to deal with Carabao Cup and he works in Los Angeles and he's coming over for a nice fancy weekend in London and he hasn't got a clue who even plays for Newcastle or Man United. Do you know what I mean? But he's sitting there with his suit on, Oh, honestly, that's the worst thing about it. But good luck, everyone. Good luck trying to get a ticket. All right. Drop your comments below what you think of the system. Do you fancy your chances? Will you be going down London regardless? This has been a lot of talk over Twitter the last couple of days. You know, Newcastle fans saying, yeah, I'll be in London, Trafalgar Square on the Saturday night. I'll be bouncing Covent Garden. You know, in and around Wembley on the Sunday. If you can't get a ticket to the game, there's going to be pubs nearby that are designated fan zones, fan only Newcastle pubs and stuff like that. So I'll be doing that regardless. Obviously, I booked my stuff ages ago. Like I said, I'll be there Saturday to the Monday. If I can get a ticket, happy days. If not, I'll be sneaking in. No, we'll see what happens. But you know, I'll be down there regardless. So drop your comments below what you thought of this video, the ticket procedure, the final that's coming up, all the good stuff. Subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV, and I'll see you on the next one.